It's Tuesday mid-morning. I am back from Budapest, freshly washed, up, dressed, fitnessed, wet hair, dry out from the sunshine, go get some steps done because yesterday, wasn't the one for steps. I think I hit about 5k. The wind is going to do me over on this, but we'll roll with it, cut in and out. Budapest is great, you'll see in a minute. I'll put a little highlights video. Definitely a bit more of a party one for me than I would normally do, but I did pretty well. Didn't get particularly hungover at any point apart from maybe the last day, so all in all pretty successful. I'm so much more conscious nowadays of stuff that's really disruptive to my routine, because trading is so important to me and I really enjoy that sort of positive, happy lifestyle that comes with being fresh and fitness and trading and goals and wind and growth and motivation. Wind was mugging me off. That I just really don't like stuff anymore that properly throws me off. But it was really fun and you'll see the vlog. Trading wise, I didn't push myself to trade yesterday because I knew I was going to be tired. And if you've ever watched my first vlog, it's quite funny because I make quite a big, not a big mistake, but I make a mistake at the airport trying to trade. It made me realise that it's much more important to miss a winning trade than make a big mistake, just sort of mentally. And the trading god said, yeah, that's cool, Lou, well done. And they gave me a loss yesterday that I missed, so that was nice. Now in a DAX trade, and I haven't looked at that once, which I'm actually really proud of. When I put my trades in the group now, I always try and just remind myself that the trader that I'm becoming does not open the chart, anxiously watch every candle, turn herself into an emotional wreck, all to take a BE or a loss or whatever, which then mentally is way more impactful than just waiting for the little alert to pop up and go, oh, stop loss or whatever. So trying to practice that every time. As they're saying on the group, as my coach says, it's all about actions and reps. Also trying to focus a bit more heavily on months and Qs and years rather than days and weeks, because I keep reminding myself that everything I want can be achieved by sitting through the variance over a larger time frame, and therefore I don't need to be so zoomed in to each individual trade. It's the sum of all the trades and just execution, I think I said last week, that's really going to make the difference. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes, but feel free to enjoy some highlights of my trip to Budapest. That was an interesting night's sleep. When they said that we were in the party district on the booking.com thing, they weren't joking, because we were literally opposite all the bars and clubs and pubs and bits and bobs, which when you walk into the living room and there is a bowl of earplugs on the side, starts you thinking, is it going to be quite noisy? And it was in fact pretty damn noisy. I am less of a party animal than the rest of them, so when it came to about 10:30 and everyone wanted to go out, I decided that was it for me, because we hadn't even gone out by 10:30. So I stayed in, finished off reading a book and went to bed. As a consequence, it's now 6 a.m. and I'm up, and I think everybody else will be asleep for a while. The aircon in our, we're sharing a double bed with my friend, the aircon in our room is not working. Bear in mind I also have a Super King at home. bougie problems. And yeah, I got up in the middle of the night and I was like, I'm too hot. I also have aircon at home, and I went and slept on the sofa. Best thing I could have done. However, I went and slept on the sofa at 3:30 in the morning, and the bars and clubs were still in full effect, which was hilarious. And then I was going to sleep with the earplugs in, and I was just convinced for ages and ages I could hear the same techno beat, but eventually it must have stopped because it's nice and quiet now. However, it's beautiful and pretty and a really nice peaceful start to the morning. So I'll have some coffee, I'll tidy up the flat for everybody, and then we'll probably gonna go day sightseeing today, which will be nice. First one up again. Got myself some eye masks from the fridge, cup of coffee, spa robe, living life. Slept on the sofa again. Our room, the aircon. It says it's aircon. It's not. It gets really, really hot. So in the end, I decided to come out, sleep on the sofa again. However, the music across the road excelled itself last night, because the night before it was heavy pumping techno beats till 3:30, 4 a.m. Last night it was till 5:30 a.m. I couldn't believe it. I was like, legitimately, it is still going full pelt, and it was about 5:30, 6 in the morning. So yeah, someone had a great night's party. But I went to bed at a reasonable time, so I'm actually feeling fine. And I came out of somebody in our apartment sleeping on the floor. So whether they got hot too, I don't know, but I've just left them sleep. Yesterday it was lovely. We saw so many of the sights. Budapest is really, really pretty. If you were to ever come, I would recommend what we did, which was the Houses of Parliament, because that's just gorgeous, and Fisherman's Bastion. But what we did, top tip, is we took a little tour bus, and it was like a dinky little thing you've probably seen, and it went all around the top, and you could just sort of hop on, hop off, which was a nice way to sort of see it all fairly quickly, because we were running out of time towards the end of the day. Today I have no idea what we're doing. Probably there was talk of a pig cafe, there was talk of a spa, but it would be very dependent on how everybody else is feeling. But I'm very happy, so I will sit here and chill and read a book and have a coffee and enjoy myself. What's your recommendation for spa, Liz? Would you recommend?
I give it a 2 out of 10. Underwhelming.
So we did the thermal spa today, and it was absolutely hilarious. Basically, as you'll see in the photos I post, they advertised it as this big, expansive rooftop pool, really bougie. And we went in and we went up to the panoramic pool, and it was like basically a glorified hot tub with about 50 people in it, so that was quite amusing. We didn't realise that you had to bring your own towels, so we didn't have any towels, but it's good fun. Sometimes you have to do these things and have the little experience because it's quite amusing. And fun fact, I actually filmed that in front of my friend, which is mad, because if you'd have told me 2 years ago that I would have done a vlog in front of my friends and been so bold about it, and yeah, it feels like progression. I've come on a long way in the last couple of years, and it's nice to, I know I've said and a lot in these as well, and usually, I note in my videos, usually it's today it's and yeah, it's just been really nice to be pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So, and it's been a really good vlog. Bit of the sunset there in the back. What a pretty place. Welcome to Friday. It's the end of the week. Oh, it's freaking hot. I feel a bit self-conscious because I'm wearing denim shorts in public. Never wear denim shorts. I don't think I've owned a pair of denim shorts. No, ever, maybe. Try new things anyway. Summary to the trading week today. No trades today, which was good because I was at a work thing and it would have got very complicated to try and be talking to people and putting trades on at the same time. So, worked out nicely. End of the week for me was one missed loss, one hit loss, and BE. So, overall I took -1. Now I think the edge is on -4 loss streak, which is completely within variance. I've taken 3 of those. What's fascinating is obviously I think I said at the beginning of the week that because it's been really quite profitable so far this year, there was very much a chance that it could then go slow or flat, and then you have to live through it. So you say it and then you have to do it. And I promised myself I will sit through variance like a pro, loss streaks, because there is no other choice. I need to test myself, I need to push myself. Ultimately, I don't know, worst case scenario, goes on a mega loss streak, I lose everything. I mean, I've still got my Darwin and my personal, so it's no big deal. And on the balance of probability, I do believe this is a profitable edge over a year. So I just got to do what I've preached and sit through it like a big girl. So that is it from me for this week, and I'll pick up next week.